Why does Balochistan want independence? Free Balochistan. Every nation has a story, some written in glory, others buried in silence. One such story lies in the heart of South Asia, in a vast, resource-rich land called Balochistan. While often absent from mainstream news, the question echoes from its mountains to its deserts. Why does Balochistan seek independence? Geography and identity. Balochistan is the largest province of Pakistan by area, comprising nearly 44% of the country's landmass. It borders Iran to the west and Afghanistan to the north, and it stretches to the Arabian Sea in the south. Historically, this region was never naturally part of Pakistan. It had its own governance, identity, and tribal systems. In fact, prior to 1948, Balochistan was a semi-autonomous region known as the Khanate of Kalat. After the partition of British India, Kalat initially chose to remain independent. But in March 1948, it was annexed by Pakistan, under controversial circumstances, leading to the first wave of Baloch resistance. Economic exploitation. Balochistan is rich in natural gas, gold, copper, coal, and other minerals. The sway gas fields have powered industries and households across Pakistan for decades. Yet, most villages in Balochistan still don't have access to piped gas or clean water. The region remains one of the poorest and least developed in Pakistan in terms of health, education, and infrastructure. Baloch activists argue that while the federal government extracts resources from their land, the benefits go to Punjab and the elite, not the Baloch people. The construction of Gwadar port as part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, is seen by many as another example of exploitation. While Gwadar is strategically vital and heavily invested in by foreign powers, locals complain of displacement, unemployment, and exclusion from economic opportunities. Cultural and political suppression. Balochistan's desire for independence is not just about economics, it's about identity. Baloch people have their own language, music, dress, and customs. Yet, in many areas, their language is underrepresented in schools, and their cultural practices are ignored in national narratives. Politically, the Baloch complain of being silenced. Leaders who raise their voices for greater autonomy or independence are often targeted, disappeared, or killed. Thousands of political activists, students, and journalists have reportedly gone missing, allegedly abducted, by Pakistani security forces. This phenomenon is referred to as enforced disappearances and has been documented by both local and international human rights organizations. Armed conflict and resistance. Since 1948, there have been 5 major insurgencies in Balochistan. These movements have demanded either autonomy or full independence. Groups like the Baloch Liberation Army, BLA, have carried out attacks on military and infrastructure targets. In response, the Pakistani military has launched large-scale operations, often accused of committing human rights abuses. Entire villages have been razed, and many civilians have become collateral damage in a decades-long war that remains largely underreported. Critics argue that instead of addressing the root causes, the state continues to treat Baloch descent as a security threat. The geopolitical puzzle. Balochistan holds immense geopolitical importance. It connects Central Asia to the Arabian Sea. The region's resources and location make it valuable not just to Pakistan, but also to China, Iran, and Gulf nations. Because of these interests, the Baloch freedom movement gets little international support. Western powers, too, have generally looked away, prioritizing alliances and trade over human rights. Despite this, Baloch activists in exile continue to speak out from Europe, North America, and the Middle East, trying to bring global attention to what they call a forgotten struggle. Conclusion. The question of why Balochistan wants independence is layered and deeply rooted. It is not just about nationalism, it's about years of marginalization, resource extraction without benefit, cultural erasure, political silencing, and military oppression. Whether one agrees with the idea of independence or not, one thing is certain: the people of Balochistan deserve dignity, justice, and the right to decide their own future. Their voices are rising, echoing across deserts and mountains, asking the world not to forget.